Good wishes to all. Today we are going to discuss monoclonal antibodies. Before we go on to this topic, let us recollect what are antigens and antibodies. What are antigens? These are substances which our body does not accept. These antigens can be either a foreign body or self molecules present in our body known as autoantigen. Foreign antigens also referred to as heteroantigens. The term foreign refers to a stranger, that is, the ones which are not familiar. These foreign antigens come from various sources. The one of these sources are microbes like bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoa. The whole microorganisms or a part of it may act as antigens. Part of the microbes like pili, fimbriae, capsules may also act as antigens. In addition to these bacterial toxins, viral surface proteins can serve as antigens. Other than microbes, there are non microbial substances that can be antigens. Antigens can be from animal, plant, or human sources. Example: pollen, egg white, serum, blood cells, and tissues. As these antigens come from various sources, they are termed as heteroantigens. Hetero here means different. The other type of antigen is autoantigen or self-antigen. Our immune system is capable of differentiating between self and non-self antigens. The differentiation property of our immune system helps it to specifically combat non-self foreign antigens and protect our own body. But sometimes the immune reaction fails to differentiate between self antigens and foreign due to various reasons. Due to this, the immune system starts reacting against self antigens or autoantigens. Example: rheumatoid arthritis, an autoimmune disorder. It is a kind of disease in which molecules or tissues belonging to our own body are attacked by the immune system. That is, self antigens are attacked by the antibodies formed in our body. So, we have seen what are heteroantigens and self antigens. Then, what are epitopes? Let us know what are epitopes. If the antigen, example a bacteria, enters the body, the immune system will react against not the whole bacterial cell but will react with parts of these bacteria. These parts with which the immune cells or product reacts are known as epitopes. The antigens can be generally proteins, polysaccharides, lipid molecules. Example: the flagella antigen of bacteria is a protein antigen. Flagella is made up of amino acids, and various amino acids in the flagella can act as epitopes. It is with these epitopes the antibodies react and combine. These epitopes are known as antigenic determinants. So, what are epitopes? Specific sites on an antigen, that is, the antigenic determining sites, are known as epitopes. It is with these epitopes the immune cells, such as T cells and antibody producing B cells, attach and get activated. So, in short, antigens can be described as substances that can bind with specific antibody or immune cells and stimulate specific immune response. So, we have talked about antigens. Now, let's move on to antibodies. When we refer to antibodies, the immune cell which must come to our mind is a B cell. The antigen which enters our body is recognized by the T cells and B cells of the immune system. Let's now concentrate on B cells. The epitopes on the antigens which have entered the body are recognized by the B cells. The B cell receptors attach to the epitopes and gets activated to differentiate into plasma cells and memory cells. The plasma cells produce specific antibodies against the particular epitope. The B cells produce antibodies against all epitopes present in an antigen. Different antibodies are produced against the different epitopes of an antigen. In this type of situation, now the plasma contains different types of antibodies. These different types of antibodies are referred to as polyclonal antibodies. So, what are monoclonal antibodies? The antibodies produced by a single plasma cell against one particular epitope will be of one type. That is why these antibodies are called monoclonal antibodies. These glycoprotein antibodies, whether monoclonal or polyclonal, are used in diagnostic, medical, and in research field. Like in diagnosing diseases by means of ELISA and for treating some cancers, these antibodies are utilized. Through biomedical research, treatment for new diseases and diagnostic methods are being developed using biotechnology techniques. These biotechnology techniques aim for producing large number of antibodies. As polyclonal antibodies are produced in humans, same way these are produced in experimental animals. But monoclonal antibodies are not produced by the same way as polyclonal antibodies. Instead, tissue culture method is used to produce monoclonal antibodies. The method is known as hybridoma technology, which we will learn in the next video. Okay students, in this video we learned what are antigens, polyclonal antibodies and monoclonal antibodies. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.